Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. Today we're discussing the TAG Heuer Monza Chronograph. You can see this TAG Heuer Monza and purchase it on our website. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you enjoy these videos, and please click on the card in the upper right hand corner of the screen at any time during this video to see our full listing for this watch with accessories included, high resolution images, and naturally complete pricing details. Now you can see on my wrist this watch has a remarkably fresh strap, such that it doesn't even pull naturally down and around the bend of my wrist. I'm not going to spoil the fun for the first owner, but having achieved something of a secure purchase on this watch, I can give you a good sense of its proportion and fit. Now my wrist is 16 centimeters in circumference, 6.3 inches, and the watch is 38 millimeters across the 9 o'clock to 3 o'clock measurement of the case, not including crown or chronograph pushers. In terms of thickness, it is a squat little thing, being approximately 13 millimeters thick. It actually looks thicker than it is just because it is so compact. That 13 millimeters, though, is somewhat diffused by the use of a very dramatically sloped bezel that allows a dress, cuff, a tight sleeve to ride up and over the case. So 13 millimeters is not thick by any means, but the watch effectively wears even slimmer thanks to the bezel. Now from lug to lug, the watch is 44.5 millimeters. That's about as compact as you are going to get in a complicated automatic watch these days. It's beautifully proportioned. Now here's the thing, it doesn't look like the 1976 blackened brass case entry-level watch known as the Monza, the watch that we associate with Niki Lauda and his championship run from 1975. That watch, which was very much an entry-level piece, looks different from this one, technically has nothing on this one, and frankly, I'm glad this watch isn't a re-edition of that one, because this Monza stands on its own two legs with its own charming identity. Now the watch has a nice weight on the wrist. That's partly because the case is fairly deep, and also because it uses a solid case back, so it's got a little bit more mass to it. Now, the junction between lug and strap is very traditional. It's a straight spring bar, so there's no constraint. You can pull the strap straight down, and because of that unconstrained motion, that degree of articulation in each side of the strap, you could wear this watch on a 13 centimeter wrist with absolutely no trouble, no lack of proportion or lack of security. It's a watch that is made, if you want a chronograph, for smaller wrists. You'll also note it has a handsome black monotone stitch, minimally bolstered alligator leather strap. It has a twin trigger release clasp that actually features a hidden minder system, so excess strap tucks in under the clasp rather than requiring loop minders on the strap. You'll also note that the strap is effectively completely unbroken. It has no perforations for the pin of a conventional deployant, such that it won't become gouged and distended with time. So this will wear long and handsomely, again, because of that exceptional construction being designed both to hide excess strap and avoid puncturing or gouging the strap. So a clever clasp and a handsome case. You'll note differential finish. There is a beautiful brushed finish across the flanks of the case, horizontal striations of grain. There's polish on the hoods of the lugs as well as the faceted and rounded bezel. The watch recapitulates the basic cushion form of the old 1970s to early 80s Heuer Monza, but again, this one is very much its own watch. It glows brilliantly in the dark because it is fully luminescent, all hands including sub-registers, as well as the pips of the individual indices. This is a very readable watch in the dark. It's also important to note it features a discrete date window down at 4:30, a monotone disc so it blends in when you don't want to see it, but it's readily accessible when you do need that information. Now in this case, the chronograph is an automatic winding. We're using tag nomenclature here, caliber 17. The caliber is derived from an ETA 28942, which is a nice, thin, automatic winding with bidirectional action modular chronograph movement. With 37 joules, it features 42 hours of power reserve, and because it winds bidirectionally, it doesn't have that rattle or wobble that you associate with unidirectional winders, like the old Lemania 5100 or the Valjoux 7750. So very smooth on the wrist. It also features hacking seconds, such that when you pull the crown to extremity, you do stop the balance and allow precise synchronization to a known accurate reference time. Furthermore, there is a quick set for the date, so you can rapidly correct it should it encounter an irregular length month or simply run down. Also important to note that it is a vertical clutch chronograph. The module that endows the basic 2892 with chronograph capability, creating the 2894, uses that vertical clutch engagement, so you can see how the hand of the chronograph seconds starts very smooth, stops without stagger, resets precisely to 12, and because there's no lateral clutch to create additional wear and tear in the mechanism, you can simply leave it engaged if you prefer to have seconds, hours, and minutes all at center. If you don't like reading seconds off a sub-register, simply leave the chronograph running. With this architecture, there is no hazard. And you may have noted on the case back, 30 meter or 3 ATM water resistance. This is a land sports watch, not a water sports watch. But heck, for that, you have a TAG Heuer Aqua Racer, right? You can see and you can purchase this TAG Heuer Monza Chronograph on our website.